Yeah, yeah, yeah. Today we have Mr. Srinivasan, who is a well-known preventive nutritionist in Bangalore. Uh, he has 2 decades of experience in nutrition field, and he's a fitness coach, wellness coach, and he has found a new interest in terrace gardening recently, and doing very well in terrace gardening too. Yeah, Mr. Srinivas,
Yeah.
today we'll have a interactive session on how nutrition plays an important role uh, on the child development. So it will be a set of question and answers based session. So that is helpful for the parents who will be watching it later. Yeah. Yeah. My first question to you is, what is the role of nutrition on the growth and development of the child?
The child.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, if you look at India and the performance of India in the world stage, as far as the mortality rates are concerned, as far as malnutrition is concerned. When you talk about nutrition, there are so many aspects to it. We talk about malnutrition, we talk about undernutrition. There is something called as stunted growth. There is something called as wasting. So we have not fared that good in the world arena. Our GDP may be growing, but we have a lot of issues today. So, and all this is basically connected to the kind of nutrition that is available. And nutrition is a very, very misunderstood field. There is a lot of controversies, surrounding these topics. One day you will listen to one particular thing, another day another person will come and say something. We have our tradition, interacting with our, with our age-old customs and things like that. Then we have this modern findings which are there. They don't go very well sometimes with what we have been following. So there's a lot of confusion in that this field. So, but then when you look at the importance of nutrition, that is one aspect which is very, very critical. I think this was the first time heard many people speak, but I've heard speaks about an issue like that, which basically means that there is so much of an importance to how we look at nutrition in children, and how it shapes their future. In fact, ours is the youngest country in the world, and if we do not do something about the right kind of a nutrition in children now, then I'm afraid we may be too late at some point of time, because the entire percentage of the world's percentage of children or young people are in our country as of right now. So we are also a country where just last month you'd have heard 3 children died because of starvation, and there was an elderly person who died of starvation all in the same month and things like that. So there is a lot of imbalance in the society. So that is also actually having a very major impact on the nutrition in our country, the child nutrition in the country. One thing is very, very sure and very important. It just needs the parents' input, the awareness of the parents in our country, for them to take a simple decision that this is what I want to do. Because when a father or a mother decides to follow a particular regime, of fitness, that has a massive impact on the children. So if as a father or a mother, if you are irresponsible with your food habit, definitely the child is going to be having a lot of issues. And probably somebody was just mentioning also that probably this is the first time that the younger generations are not going to be living that long, because of so many issues. Their food habits and things like that, it is really, really, really bad. So when we talk about malnutrition, it's not just that they're not getting enough food, but they're also getting wrong kind of food in, a higher quantity. So that nutrition is also not available. So there are too many things which come into play, and this is the time for us to start, looking at creating an awareness in our parents, on what is nutrition is, what is macronutrient, what is micronutrient, what are phytonutrients. These are all certain things that we need to start talking about.
Yeah, yeah, very rightly said. Yeah, as I also uh, believe it. So I agree that a lot of confusion, and our culture being so vast and so different. So it's different everywhere, and defining it in a generic way, it's quite difficult, and also it causes a lot of confusion.
Very true.
Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah.
We'll go to the next question. So, based on your experience, what do you say the current state of malnutrition in urban cities, particularly in urban cities of India?
See, there is a vast difference actually. As I was telling you, um, there is an imbalance. Let us understand what is malnutrition first of all. So first aspect probably that I would like to talk about is undernutrition. So where we use a word called stunting. So stunting means there is a low height for a particular age. So the child is not growing. The growth factor is stunted. So the child is of a particular kind of age, but then for that particular age, the child has to be reaching a particular height, but that is not happening. So then we call it as undernutrition. We also use another word called wasting, and wasting would be low weight, for a particular height. So a person has already reached a particular height, but the child's weight is slightly lower, or maybe so that is one another aspect of it. So that is also a part of malnutrition. Then there are underweight children. So for a age, let us say a 5-year-old child or a 6-year-old child we are talking about, there could be a lower weight for it. So that is one another aspect of a malnutrition that we need to talk about. Then there are deficiencies which are prevalent across the country in various groups, be it the poor or the middle class, all, or even in the what do you call the higher income level group and things like that. There are micronutrient deficiencies, which can be seen. There is insufficient amount of micronutrient, or on the other side there is also overweight. So these are also being covered. Child obesity. Now that is something that we are seeing for the first time in the urban area. So when you spoke about urban nutrition, um, or the malnutrition in the urban areas, and when you compare it with this, there is so much of a difference here. Here, children are getting their food, but then the kind of a food that they are being allowed to choose, that is very, very wrong. So that is leading to obesity, child obesity, which means cardiovascular issues at a very young age. The child starts bloating up at a young age, then there are other issues also mentally. The child faces a lot of humiliation in the classrooms and things like that. So there are complexes. So there is an inferiority complex which sets in, and this is one other aspect of it. So just that obesity and the diet related, again, if you look at the other aspect of malnutrition is the non-communicable diseases which are directly connected to this obesity. So that is one other aspect of it. So these are all various things that are covered under, basically, if you talk about malnutrition. So if you look at the world scenario, India has almost 1/3 of the world's stunted children. So if you take every 10 children in the world, three out of that, are in our country. Three out of those children in our country are they have stunted growth. So now that is this is as the latest 2018 report. I think almost about 45, 46 million children are stunted in our country. So that is a very scary situation, because these are going to be the future citizens of the country. And I spoke to you about the wasting, right? And there again, in South Asia, India is It has the highest number of wasting in South Asia. Almost 25 million out of 50 million children, they are wasted this one, and they come from India. So that is one other aspect of it. And these are predominantly urban. If you look at overweight children, that is urban. We have more than 1 million overweight children in our country as of today, and that's not a small number to talk about it. So, the disparity is that in the city, the choice of food is bad, and in the villages, there is the choice of availability of food itself is not under the control. So of the parents, so they have to eat whatever they have to get. They go, they eat whatever is available for them. So that is causing one another issue right now. So you know that is also one another aspect that we need to start looking into when we start creating the right kind of an awareness in our country also. That's
Yeah,
my feeling.
correct. That's a huge.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's very disappointing to hear the numbers when it comes to children suffering from malnutrition. It's a very big
Yeah.
number where such large. So something we should do in some large scale to do this, solve this problem. Yeah, we'll come to that, how we can look into the solutions of that. So with such a big problem in hand, so what do you think are the reason behind for the current state of this malnutrition?
Yeah, obviously, see, if it was spread throughout in our country, if you look at the percentage of children who are under 5 years of age who are stunted, who are under 5 years of age who are wasted, under 5 years, this one, you could just see, a similar kind of a thing, across the country in various states. If you could look at some statistics, that only means, the government has to take some amount of decision on providing the right kind of food for the children, which is what happened exactly through the midday meal scheme, which is a very well thought about this one. And we see a lot of improvement in the nutrition level of children because they started getting for the first time some amount of basic food. I think here we know about Akshaya Patra,
Akshay,
and there's one another organization which is almost catering to around 3 lakh children on the meals. I happen to be invited to take a look at this one. Mrs. Tejaswini Ananthakumar, she is also doing a phenomenal job on that. So that is one another thing that has happened properly. But there's a lot more that is needed because the public as such per se, are not even aware of what nutrition is. In the IT sectors and things like that, I think people have started Googling now, so there is some amount of information available. If you look at US and other countries, basically if you take US, from the basic level, the children are taught something about nutrition. I think most classrooms here still are teaching the children about the food pyramid. I think the food pyramid was is not at all being followed across the world today. But I saw some of the children talking about the food pyramid even today. So we have come off. It was just propagated many years ago in the US, but then they shelved it. Then so many things came. Today they have a program called MyGov. My plate.gov or something like that. With this one. So they're very interesting. If you just look at what is happening in the classrooms, when the children bring the food, they are asked to see the content of the food and also start marking, in a chart, what kind of a food they are eating. So there is a culture which is being brought in today, in the Western countries. So something like that has to happen. Education is something very important. So we need to start from them. And personally, I have seen many families with whom I am connected right now, where the parents have started taking interest in understanding what they are eating. And therefore, because they start talking about what they are eating and saying, no, this has a lot of calories, let's not touch this and things like that, automatically the children are, they are just picking up a pack and then just checking out, what is there in the nutrition content. They may not understand it much, but I've seen this happening even in younger children, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. You know, I know I was just yesterday, in somebody's house. This gentleman, he heads the ATM branches across the country. He's, I think, the data administrator or something, very senior level. He has a 5-year-old daughter. And I saw her actually, speaking about, what is there in the food. She said, I'm not getting enough protein. I need protein and all that. I mean, I was really happy about it because the parents have started taking some action on that. So awareness becomes very, very important. So some kind of an education needs to be built in. And so it is not only the government, which is government. What can the government do? They can only bring in some courses. They can make some modifications in the textbooks. But then there has to be a program for every family to start understanding this. The parents have to get together, play some games with the children, have some what do you call, some gifts and things like that. The children answer some questions right off, based on the choice of food and things like that. These things and all can be brought into families. And you know at least wherever there is food available, in the middle class, lower middle class people, at least they should stop reaching for food which is harmful for the children, right? So so I would like to pin that responsibility directly on parents, because on their decisions, the entire life of the child lies. Actually, the child grows up. What the child is going to be, in its life, is dependent totally on what the parents are doing as of today, and that's the truth. That's what I feel actually.
Yeah. So yeah, very well put. Uh, so this is the current state where parents are not aware, and they, because of that, children are also lacking the knowledge. So, but I would like to know uh, why there's the lack of knowledge. What is the reason where is it because of urbanization, rapid urbanization, or it's some other reason? What do you feel? What's the reason behind uh, lack of where people have stopped giving importance to the food itself?
See, that's a very controversial question, but you know, we are all running behind money more than anything else. We are running behind social status. We are running behind money. We are trying to make, uh, you know, people who are not at all interested in our growth. We are trying to please them, and we are not looking at the core issues now. That I see a paradigm shift in the way our parents lived. They lived frugally, but they did what was right, and that doesn't happen today. The parents are petting the children much, much more. They don't want the children to be exposed, to the vicissitudes of life. They are providing, the children more. They are not even teaching the right things, and these are things that you and me know already well, right? So I would say, first of all, their indifference, saying that it's okay, we will come to it later on. Let us enjoy now and pay later. That is the kind of an attitude. The delayed gratification process is not there. If parents are taught, or if the parents follow and believe that, let me pay today and, live a better life later on, then that would be this one, a very big shift, a paradigm shift in the thought process and also in the health of the children. But that is not what is happening nowadays, isn't it?
Correct.
You want something, you order immediately, it has to be delivered right now today.
Yes.
So let us enjoy today, and if a problem comes later on, we will think about it. And these are the sentences that I hear from parents, and I find it very, very scary. Right? So that is my viewpoint. Obviously, I'm sorry about it.
It's one part of the story.
From a parent.
Correct. Yeah. At one point of view, it's right. Maybe some agree or disagree. I also agree on what you say. Yeah. So with so much
maybe also that too much of an information is also available, and they are not able to assimilate that information, and there is a lot of confusion in the field. So there is no structured approach towards understanding nutrition, even if a parent wants to understand the nutrition. That could be the other thing. Because I see nowadays lot of young parents very much interested, but they are accessing information across the net. And they just Google. Sometimes they get some information from Wikipedia, and these are not the right sources. That they should be looking at it probably. So that could be one another issue.
Yeah.
What do you feel?
In the field of nutrition, there is a lot of confusion, and people don't know what macronutrients are. What are the basic knowledge itself is lacking. People are lacking the basic knowledge, and no one is bothered. So, as you rightly said, people want it right now and not bothered about the impact of that to them and to their children. Yeah. With that, we'll go to the next question. So, what do you think? What are the common mistakes a parent does with respect to nutrition in their family? What are the common mistakes you see which are done by parents in the family?
Mistakes by parents. Okay. Can you be more specific about the question? What are the common mistakes in choice of nutrition, you mean?
Yeah, choice of nutrition with respect to eating. Yeah.
Well, it's a pretty surprising. Forget about parents. Something that happened personally to me. I was a marathon runner, and I had some issues. One day I was getting into a lift, and for my work, I used to work for Hewlett Packard, and it was 9 o'clock in the morning. I got into the lift. Suddenly, I started sweating that day, and I had some palpitation, and I thought I'm having a heart attack, right? And so immediately, I just got out and asked my driver to pick me up, and I went to a very reputed hospital, and got myself admitted there, and they did the tests and things like that. I thought I knew what I was eating and things like that. So two incidences happened at the time. One was the test results came, and it showed me that I had no cardiac related issues, but my triglyceride counts were very, very high, right? And I thought I had the right choice of food and things like that. I had made very, very wrong choices, which I came to know later on. But what was even more astounding was I was referred to a physician, and he told me, I was just asking him, do you think I'm getting the right kind of a protein in the food, doctor? This is what I eat. And he said, ಏನು ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ರೀ, ಕೋಸಂಬರಿ ತಗೊಳ್ರಿ, ಸಾಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕೋ ಸಿಕ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. And I believed what he said. And later on, when I started doing multiple courses, from Stanford University, from Ludwig University, and the University of San Francisco, California, I kept on enrolling for various courses, and I started reading up, and I did a certification course from National Institute of Nutrition and things like that. Then I started interacting with a lot of students, and experts who have studied nutrition and dietetics and things like that. I was really astounded, that doctors, even doctors do not have a clue about what is there in nutrition. To tell somebody that ಕೋಸಂಬರಿ ತಿಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ದು entire nutrition is taken care of ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು. I don't know whether they don't have the time, first of all, and surprisingly 86% of doctors themselves are not fit today. They are sick. Leading to huge suicidal, and this is not my report. It was sent to me by a doctor who is a client of mine, and she forwarded this to me. She said, "Sir, we have absolutely no idea about what we are eating. We are totally stressed out, and we just tell parents, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ತರಕಾರಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾವ ತರಕಾರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಎಷ್ಟು ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಗೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ." ಸೊ they themselves agree, many of them agree, some of them don't, but so it's very surprising that there is no clear cut information. So obviously I would not pin it on the parents, and but then the lack of information is the primary source for this misunderstanding about nutrition. So their choices are also obviously guided by this. So they think going and picking up some things from the market is going to give them some strength. ಶಕ್ತಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ತುಂಬಾ ಜನರು ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಶಕ್ತಿ ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ ಸರ್, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ. So So, these are all, certain confusions which are there in people's mind. And that is compounded by misinformation that goes on in WhatsApp groups and things like that. Yeah, ಇದನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸಾಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯೋಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು, so those are all not, helping at all in the scenario. Actually, first of all, we are having a very big, a problem in our country, and compounding to that is the kind of misinformation that is being circulated. And the third is, people who are just following that and saying, oh, Atarana, okay, we will do it in our house, and immediately ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. And doctors ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, we have to go to a doctor and they are the specialist. ಬಟ್ ದೆನ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ದೇನೆ ಅವ್ರು ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ಲೆಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಅಲೋಪತಿಗೂ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಆಯುರ್ವೇದಿಗೂ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಹೋಮಿಯೋಪತಿನೂ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. Or the doctor is sitting and wondering what is happening, I'm prescribing this medication, why is it not working anta. They are taking some other tablets which are totally interacting with the tablets to this. And so when you go to a doctor, respect them, they know what they are giving. But then it's your responsibility to put your health on track and ensure that you get out of the situation. So
yeah,
so that's again a very, very big field.
Big
Some of these
field.
questions that you're asking is all very controversial. These are things that I usually don't talk about, but I'm just confiding in you.
Yeah, I fully agree with you. And yeah, so with the interest of time, I like to conclude this with the last question. So quickly, with your experience, can you tell us 5 things what parents can do to improve their nutritional status in each family?
Yeah, one is accessing enough and right sources of vegetables and fruits on a daily basis, because nature is very, very critical, and what nature gives us is very very, very important for our fitness levels. So if you look at the choice of food that we make on a daily basis, in the plate, is half the plate filled up with vegetables and fruits. That is something that we need to look at it. Second, we need to learn to look at nutritional labels. We go and just pick up beverages and give it to children just because of taste. ಮಗುಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಕಲಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂದ್ಗಡೆ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಹೋಗಿ ಆ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇವಾಗ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಅಗತ್ಯನೇ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನೋ ನೀಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಟ್ ಆಲ್. You can just probably give the milk or something like that, and that would suffice. You pay hefty properly. Plant-based supplements are available. That is very, very important. What is lacking in the food that I'm giving to my child today, and how do I get that source? First is to ensure that most of it is available in a natural form through vegetables and fruits, and also in the right choice of the macronutrient. Second thing is to accept that, okay, I'm not able to provide this kind of a nutrient to my child. So let me be intelligent to understand if there are other sources. Look for some sources. And, I heard, some doctors saying no need of supplement at all and things like that. And, that is so bad. That's not the way. Today, even doctors, even for the pandemic that we are talking about it, people have started speaking about, giving zinc and vitamin D and vitamin C. And these are vitamins only. So understand, how much of vitamin is needed for my body, and ensure that if there is a gap, supplement it. That is third one. Fourth one is start talking about things. Start taking some action on a daily basis. Fitness is very, very important. You don't even have to be running, going to a gym, and that's not what I'm asking. Just walking. Are we walking 10,000 steps per day, 12,000 steps per day? Are we just having 6 to 7 minutes of activity for every hour in a wakeful hour in our day? So these are certain things that we can easily follow. So fitness comes because of various things, but most people, I find, they give up entire the focus on the food and go and just do gym and yoga, and then they expect them to be very healthy. That's not going to happen. I mean, 80% of your fitness is food, 20% is only your workout, right? So you need to learn more about it, right? So invest some time understanding what you are eating. Try to access food, grow vegetables in your own places. And that's the reason, I have also now with, working with clients and teaching them with the help of some agricultural experts on how they can grow, vegetables in their own terrace and balconies effectively. And my focus has been to bring colors into the whole thing. We are not even talking about colors now. When you choose vegetables on a daily basis, or you choosing colors from various, different colors of vegetables, 50-50 grams. Each adult needs about 50-50 grams from 5 different colors, which means about 200-250 grams of vegetables per day coming from different colors. Fruits, different colors on a daily basis. And there are phytonutrients which can even stop cancer in fruits and in different colored vegetables and fruits. Are we thinking about it? So these are certain things that people have to be aware of and start including them, as a very important thing in their family talk, discussions and things like that. Waking up early in the morning, going out for a walk together, having lunch and dinner together, taking the children along when they go for shopping for vegetables and fruits. These are some certain things, And as adults, we can probably even park the vehicle 10 meters away from a shop and walk up to that this one. Instead of bringing water to the table, we can go to by the kitchen, have bring the water from there, drink it, go and put the glass back. So these are certain simple steps that can really go a long way in ensuring fitness actually. And it's very simple if you just look at what we have to do.
Correct. Yeah, those are very useful. I like the fact that we should take kids to buy vegetables. So, though it's very simple, it has a profound impact on the children. And I see children nowadays don't know the vegetable names itself. Most of them.
Take them to your garden, take them to farmer's place. Let them have an experience of the nature. They let them know where. Somebody was asking, where do you get the milk from? Then they said, from the milkman. So that shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
The milkman is giving this and all that. And where do you get the vegetables from? From Big Basket, somebody was telling. So
yeah,
you should go beyond that.
Correct. Yeah. Thank you, Srinivasan sir, for your time. Yeah, as you rightly said, there is a lot of problems, a lot of lack of awareness in parents and everyone with respect to nutrition. So, to solve these problems, so as part of our initiative, which is Jana Jagriti on Charitable Trust, so what we have done is we found this problem and we thought of introducing a game through which children can learn about nutrition in a fun way. So we have created a beautiful set of interactive games for the children so that they learn while playing it. So this is one of the game called Nutrition Smart. So
very interesting.
So this is a card game where children can play. Children in the family or the entire family can play and learn about the nutritional content of any food. So this particular is a Mineral Smart. This is a Vitamin Smart.
Okay.
And the Macro Smart. So these all are the card games. We can play it in just as we used to play cards earlier. In all different forms. So and also along with the game, there is a book which is a nutrition Sudoku puzzle. So this is a Sudoku puzzle. So children will know the nutritional content of each of the food items. So we have designed this exclusively for children, and our intent is to sell it to the city people where we see there is a lack of knowledge, and whatever profit comes will be used to share it to the rural underprivileged children. So we want to solve both the problems. One, the problem of lack of awareness and lack of food in the rural part. So this is one of our game.
Very nice.
And second one is one of our game is called Be Smart. This is for the children who are younger, 5+. So this is a board game for the children.
Very nice. Amazing work, amazing work. This is the need of the hour.
Thank you.
Like I told you, education is very, very critical now, and
Yeah.
your target is very, very nice. I hope people really understand the value of what you are giving. Um, you know, very important. Every parent has to not just buy it, but also probably start presenting this, and people should look at gifting this in the birthday parties,
Yeah.
and things like that, and probably involve this game together. Anything, any change is an improvement in this situation here in our country.
Correct.
And that's this, what you're doing is a phenomenal work. I really, pray that, you succeed very well, and people really should realize the importance of what you are doing to them. This could change lives, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Because this anything, in the field of nutrition that people can do to take it to the reach the masses, that is unbelievable. Even government is finding it so hard, and you have come out with a solution for it. I hope the government also realizes it. Probably, the government should just, tie up with you and, take these games across,
Yeah.
after the pandemic and other things are over. Very nice.
Yeah.
I like the idea that, you have focus on vitamins separately and minerals separately and things like that.
Yeah. So in future, we'll also focus on phytonutrients, which you were stressing. So because
Very,
as
very
a,
important.
yeah,
Very important.
yeah, as a layman in the field of nutrition, I was also not aware. I was only aware of the macronutrients and vitamin minerals. But as you said earlier, phytonutrients have also become very important. So we'll also try to add the phytonutrients and take it to the masses.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
With this, I am very thankful for your time and attending this session and making us learn and sharing your knowledge. It was wonderful. Thank you, Srinivasan, for your time. And
Thanks a lot for having me here. I'm still a student of nutrition. I'm learning every day. Lot of interesting things, on a daily basis. There seems to be no end to it. But let us just start somewhere. Is my advice for every person who wants to know more about this. Start somewhere. Start small. Start somewhere. And you have done a fantastic. I don't think this is meant for children. I think it is meant more for adults too. So I would
yeah,
like to pick up the first copy if you can allow me to have it.
sure,
Tell me, I'll
definitely.
Google Pay you. Please courier it to me first before you send it to others.
Yeah, definitely. I'll
Thanks a
definitely
lot for
need
this.
your inputs in future to take it to the masses and improve it further. Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you for your time. Good night.
Good night.